Good afternoon, Cornerstone family. Sorry, this is take number 3. I'm having a hard time. I'm ready to not have to shoot videos all the time, but that's what I'm here to talk to you about. I'm going to talk about a regathering plan for this Sunday, June 7th. I also wanted to let you know I'm planning to shoot a video to just kind of update you on some of my thoughts and feelings about our current events and what's been going on in our country over the last week. I'm going to divide those as two separate videos because I just think they both have separate topics to cover. So that is going to be coming a little later. So hopefully third time's the charm here with this video. Our plan is to regather this Sunday, June 7th at 11 a.m. I wanted to throw out a few big ideas just as we start with this video. There's a lot that could be said about the proper mindset as you prepare to regather, but 4 words that really come to my mind. One is love, the second is grace, the third is freedom, and the fourth is personal responsibility. As believers, first and foremost, we are called to love God with all our heart, mind, soul, and strength, and love our neighbor as ourselves. In this season of regathering, in this season of chaos and uncertainty, my challenge for all of us is how do we love well as we regather? How do we consider others better than ourselves? Those are all personal decisions you guys are going to have to make. And I'm confident we're all going to come to different decisions, and we're going to need to show grace upon grace to one another. And grace would be our final word. And so I'm asking you all as we regather, know that people are going to come to different conclusions to you. Love them well. Show grace to them who you disagree with, as we seek to be brothers and sisters in Christ. There is a lot of freedom in Christ, but that freedom should not become a stumbling block. And so where the Spirit of the Lord, there is liberty, but I would encourage you all as we move forward, really be asking yourself the question, how do I love well my neighbor? How do I love well the person who I disagree with? And then finally, personal responsibility. As I look at this process of regathering, I need you all to know that there is no way as a church that we can keep you perfectly safe when you come back into this building. And so I trust each and every person here will have to take personal responsibility to say, I'm going to do what's best for my family in this season. I'm going to follow these social distancing practices. I'm going to wear gloves or masks, whatever you feel convicted of. I encourage you to do that. And if that means that you stay home and watch on video, we encourage you that as well. And so we trust you all. We know that the Spirit is alive and well in you, and we are asking you to do what you feel convicted of, showing grace to others, showing love to others, and just really doing what the Spirit leads you to do. So that's kind of just about kind of the atmosphere or the attitude that I'm challenging you to think through this week as we prepare to regather. So starting this Sunday, June 7th at 11 a.m., we are going to regather as the church. Again, over and over again, we just want to reiterate those who feel like they still would like to stay home in this season, and we want to show you just love and understanding that that's a really honest response from many people. And so we will be live streaming. If you have any problems with that live stream, please let us know so we can fix that and take care of that as soon as possible as we begin to live stream again. You will be missed, but we need you to know that we totally understand why that's a decision many people will make in this time. So we encourage you, do as the Lord leads you. There is freedom there for you, and there's grace there, and there's no condemnation or no questioning of you making that decision. But for those of you who decide to gather here at Cornerstone on Sunday, here's a few things we want to just address with you. Number one, there will be no children's ministry. We're going to ask parents to have your kids sit with you. If someone needs space, the downstairs will be open, but we're also going to ask you to bring some toys in case your children need to play with those, to try to avoid using the church's toys in this season. So that would be our children's ministry response. No children's ministry families will be responsible for their own children, and please bring your own toys if they're going to need to play with them. The downstairs will be open for a space. Number 2, there'll be no coffee provided at church. So any drink that you bring in needs to be from home and in your own container. We will not be providing drinks. Number 3, communion. We have ordered pre-packaged communion, and we'll have you pick that up for yourself on Sunday morning. And finally, we will encourage everyone to practice social distancing, and will discourage you from physical contact. Again, we trust you to do what is best and have common sense with this. But more than anything, we ask you to respect other people who may have different convictions than you do. And so make sure you are communicating, asking before you give a high five or a hug. Make sure you just begin with the premise of social distancing. With that in mind, there's a couple things I want to bring up. Number 1, as soon as I'm done with this video, we are going to send a remind text, and we're going to ask you to RSVP, saying if your family plans to be there and how many people from your family plan to be there. This will help us set up the room so that we can space the room properly. If for some reason we have so many people, we may have to communicate just how many seats we have. Right now, we want to see how many of you are planning to re-enter this Sunday, and that will help us in making sure the room is set up with social distancing in mind. Also with that, even though we're going to practice social distancing and discourage physical contact, one thing, again, we would request, this has just been the same from the beginning, anyone who has a fever, please stay home. Anyone who has knowingly been in contact with COVID-19, we would also ask you to please stay home, just because you don't know if you're a carrier in this season. So, but with that note, we are going to make masks and gloves optional for your attendance. So if you feel more comfortable wearing those, please feel free to do that. If you are not convicted that those will help or keep you from getting the virus, we also understand there are people in that place. So that is an option for those who will regather, but it will not be a requirement. Again, we come back primarily saying this: we trust each and every one of you to follow the Spirit that is within you, to do what is best for you and your family, knowing that there is risk no matter where you go and when you come. And so we are asking everyone to show grace upon grace, and really to have peace with their own convictions, and to do what is best for their family in this time. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to Jordan or myself directly. We would love to speak to you, and we will just continue to have some open dialogue as we move forward. We are longing to be back together. We're excited that this week has finally come, and it seems like it is safe. Numbers continue to go well, and we look forward to being with you. So that's our general plan for this Sunday at 11 a.m. to be back together. I hope you will feel confident to join us, just knowing that God is with us, but yet I pray upon, if I can't say it more than anything, please do not feel pressure. We want you to have freedom to follow your convictions, and we support those who make the choice to stay home in this season. We love you guys. Looking forward to seeing those who gather with us this Sunday.